Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you can be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to leave a rating or a review if you're listening to us on a podcast app. Also, if you're on the YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, a little notify bell next to it. And then I read on Twitter that now you have to go in and figure out how to get all your notifications.
Oh, yeah, they changed all that.
I think they changed it again. I feel like it was just a couple months ago we were talking about them changing it
now
again.
There's highlights and something
right?
else.
Just look, man, if you hit subscribe, it probably means that person is interested in finding out when new stuff is happening.
Yeah, so just give it to them.
One button, and then your email, whatever email you're signed up for, how about it just goes there.
Notifications are sent, new content is uploaded, people get to enjoy it.
And then
it doesn't seem like it should be this difficult,
and
does
then
it?
if you want to filter out certain things, like, oh, just give me once a week, give me the best stuff, the most liked stuff, then you can go in and start dicking with that.
Don't make that the default.
Right? It's not that difficult. Anyways.
You do it too slow. You gotta have some passion to it.
No, I know. I actually only do it so that you can do it because it's hilarious. Can you do something for me real quick? Can you say, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, where are we?
Where are we?
Yeah.
No, that's not what it was. What is this?
What is this place?
It's Atlantis. In joke no one else is gonna get.
It's Atlantis. Sorry. Anyways, we're also on Patreon. That'll pick me up. We're also on Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. We have 52 fantastic friendos watching right now. And you can be one of those friendos because we have our Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday recap podcasts up as live streams first.
Yep.
So you guys can check them out early before anybody else. You can interact with us. We'll often need, sometimes I like that they're fact checkers for us.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, what was that wrestler who body slammed Andre the Giant and then gave him a big leg drop? Who was that again? The guy who was champion for a long time with the blonde hair and then said some really bad things.
Sid.
Oh, that's right. It was Sid. Oh, no. Let's see here. John Roberts says that it's Hulk Hogan. Oh. My bad. Anyways, that's what chat's good for.
Alex C says, I love how despite Larson's jar being bad last week, he's still drinking from it this week. Here's the thing. I have multiple jars. I don't have one mason jar.
Right.
I have a lot of them.
Why does this one smell like cinnamon as well, then?
Cloves. I don't know. No, it's probably the same one, or it could just be the lid.
Somebody's messing with you, man. Is the lid extra potent?
Yeah, it smells really strong like cloves.
Oh man.
Yeah, it must be the lid. Because, they got this gasket, this ring here to keep the seal tight.
Sure.
And maybe it's porous, and so scent, absorbs into it.
Oh, yeah, that could be. I don't know, man. We got to find a scientist to help us out with that. Anyways, good stuff. We're also at prowrestlingtees.com/Going In Raw. Neither of us are wearing shirts from that particular thing. I think this graphic
I got my Seth Rollins shirt on today.
That's a great shirt.
It is.
Look at that little graphic up there. I can't control bringing it down. Can I expand? Computer expand. Can't work. Anyways, because I've been dicking around with the setting. I dick around too much on OBS.
You do dick around things a lot.
I'm trying to create the perfect podcast here at Going In Raw, Larson, and one day I'll achieve perfection.
You got a ways to go.
One day I'll achieve perfection.
Perfection is not possible.
Au contraire, my friend. I had a Burger King breakfast croissant one time.
All right, you need to stop. You
that
need to,
was
you
the
need to go down this
the epitome
line of talk anymore.
The
because
epitome.
Once you bring up the words perfection and Burger King in the same sentence, I know you're talking BS.
Atlantis.
Don't overdo it, man.
I'm gonna kill that joke. It was great, though.
No, don't kill it.
Okay. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about Raw.
That's what we're here for. It was a fun show.
No, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Enjoyable. They actually, whether it was circumstance or plans, took some detours, offered us kind of fresh starts on characters, specifically Seth Rollins.
Yeah, man.
All his tag team partners are getting hurt. So now we get singles competitor Seth Rollins back, and he's got a fire in his belly. He wants to be top guy.
Well, so we talked about this yesterday during our Raw preview.
Yeah, what is Seth Rollins going to do?
What is he going to do? And then we started, what did we say? We said something like him versus Elias.
Yeah, that's what
him
you said.
versus Finn, maybe.
Yeah.
Which look at the end of Raw. They're certainly, I mean, they're not teasing that, but, you know, it was a way to get them both in the chamber, which is awesome. I love it. I'm very on board this Seth Rollins, the singles guy.
Are they going to add an extra pod to the chamber? Or are they going to start the match with three people?
I would think the latter. I would
Yeah.
think they're going to start it with 3 people.
Like, why was Miz so bent out of shape about being in the match number 1? Because it's not like there's one guy in there taking bumps by himself for 3 minutes until the second guy come in.
Half the field now is going to be in there with you to start off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't seem to be an issue.
Well, you know, you always want to be last.
No, I get that.
The further-
but if you're,
the further
if you're
back you
one,
are-
guess who else is in the ring with the number 1, number 2?
Yeah,
It
totally.
doesn't really matter.
Wait, which one? Wait, that's a really good point. What did John Cena? What was the stipulations of that match that they had?
It's just if whoever lost would be the first person in the chamber.
Okay, but then the other guy just gets the random selection.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if Cena said whoever loses gets to be number 1 and the other guy gets to be number 2,
It's like, okay, there's...
that's just 2 number 1s.
Yeah, no. That's why when he was upset about it, I was like, it really doesn't matter that much because you're going to be in there with somebody else.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's going to be in that match, in theory, as long as you are, potentially.
Yeah, but then you're just 1 out of 2 guys. How many are going to be in it now? 6?
7.
7. I was right. 7.
I'm not saying it's an advantageous position to have, but
Yeah.
if you pulled number 2, it's not any better.
No, I agree with you totally. And then of course we had the amazing Braun Strowman, who is
Oh, man, he can do no wrong. He took a segment that in other people's hands might have been corny and made it spectacular.
well because it's Braun.
Exactly.
Because he doesn't really do corn. This is
He managed to sing and still sound intimidating.
no, he didn't manage to sing.
Sorry, he actually has a really good
He
voice.
has a really good voice.
He dropped his kayfabe voice after he sang for a bit, though, too.
No, he did. It was awesome. And I guarantee you that might have been a bit of him just not getting back into character
Oh, I think it was just him, existing and having fun in the moment.
in the moment. But that's a voice we're going to hear a lot of, because I will guarantee, just like Cena had his whole rap thing and then eventually he just turned into what we know of as John Cena right now, Braun is going to, and last night was the biggest piece of this that we've seen so far. But last week we saw it also kind of when he sort of took what we feel was more of the house show approach to the end of that match. Played up to that crowd. He smiled a little bit. And then this week they had him on a double bass
Yeah.
and singing, and then a little bit out of his kayfabe voice.
Yeah.
And these are the things that you do to start experimenting with, is this guy our face of the company? Because it damn sure feels like he's gonna be. Oh my God, the crowd was eating it up. As long as they keep that monster's edge to him and then have him demonstrate a bit more personality week after week.
Yeah.
That dude, that's the recipe for like a Stone Cold type thing.
He can still be a face, but he just has to keep destroying things.
Right,
As long as
exactly.
they keep the destruction in place,
Yeah.
he's fine.
Yeah. And nobody can boss him around. He destroys everything, but everybody
He
loves
doles
him.
out power slams just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has there's a lot of joy with him. That's kind of the thing. I'm not going to go to the Roman thing. But like there's not a lot of joy with Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
You know what I
there's
mean?
not. Even when he has to smile, it seems like it's uncomfortable for him.
Right, exactly. And he has his own place where he exists in that I think can still be successful. But Braun Strowman is just getting there so organically and so perfectly every step of the way, and he kills every opportunity he has. And last night,
both he and Elias, every opportunity they hit home runs.
yeah, absolutely,
Every time.
it's absolutely insane. So, anyways, I did this on the Patreon last night for all the patrons from $1 and up. I put out a poll. I'm going to start doing this. A poll.
Good idea.
I gave people 3 options to see where they were on last night's Raw. See if they're on the same page with us. I said tonight's Raw was A, real, B, a bowl of crap, or C, somewhere in the middle. And 0 people voted for a bowl of crap.
Well, good.
81 voted for real. And then 85 people, somewhat more, voted for somewhere in the middle.
between.
Yeah. So a good show last night, according to us and our friendos
Yeah.
out there in the Patreon universe.
Yeah, let's start with the top, though. John Cena, he was advertised to start the show, and so he did.
Yeah.
Came out, dropped a promo, talking about how he doesn't have a clear path to Mania if he doesn't win Elimination Chamber. Come on, John.
The lack of credibility he suffers
Come
from
on,
saying
John.
that is ridiculous.
We know better. You know better. You know that we know better.
Yeah, I mean, give me.
You're John Cena. If you say, I want a spot at Mania, you get it.
Not just that. You're John Cena. You say, if I want to be in the main event, you're going to get that.
Yes.
The only thing you might not get in is against Brock Lesnar because Vince is intent on doing the Roman Reigns
Yes.
thing. But otherwise, you could pretty much say what you want to do at WrestleMania.
Name your terms, John, and we know that.
Exactly.
So to try to fool us.
But you have to kind of appreciate that he's trying to say that there's stakes involved with him.
No, I don't appreciate it. I mean, like if he says the only way I'm going to get a title shot at Mania, cool. But to go on and say my road to WrestleMania might end if I don't win Elimination Chamber, that's hogwash.
That is hogwash.
That's absolute BS, John.
Bull hockey.
We know better, John. Anyways, he says all this stuff.
Yeah.
Miz comes out. And eventually Cena challenges Miz to a match with the loser being the first entrant to the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And at first Miz says, nah, I'm good.
He says, why would I take that risk?
And then Miz Taraj attacks Cena.
I like are they just picking up on Miz's nonverbal cues now?
Yeah, seems like it.
Because, like, why, like, if Miz didn't want that to happen, would he have been like, whoa, hold on a second.
No.
You guys jumped the gun.
I know.
They're simpatico, man.
Very much so.
On the same page.
Like, literally, Miz finished the sentence and then they attack Cena.
Right?
And now that Cena's laid out, following like a double team neck breaker type deal, Miz says, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle comes out.
He says, get a ref down here now so we can do this. But then Kurt Angle comes
out,
down.
And he takes a long-winded approach to saying this match is happening.
Right, I know. What the heck? I mean, you could say, hey, you know what? He's trying to even the playing field a bit for Cena.
Give him some time to recuperate.
Yeah, exactly. But
nonetheless, it seemed superfluous.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that when the crowd chants "You suck" to Kurt Angle, they're kind of believing it now. I love Kurt Angle, I do, but he's written so poorly as GM.
I know.
He's like the most inept GM there is, man. It's not good.
So we get, I think, a commercial break. We come back. Miz goes for the pin immediately. Smart move. Cena, now that he had enough time to recover, kicks out at 2.
Of course he does.
Decent match. I give this match a ton of time.
This was a really good match.
It was.
There was a bunch of really good matches on this. There was actually a bunch of really good matches on the show.
All in all, it was a really good show.
Yeah.
Of course, Miz kicked out of an AA. Cena kicked out of a skull-crushing finale.
Hey, that's kind of not an of course with Miz these days.
Yeah.
Now it is, and that's awesome. That's really, really cool because now it's the thing where, well, we're on the road to WrestleMania. If Cena wants to beat the big time opponents like Finn Balor,
he has to get the second rope to put him away.
It's got to be a second rope, double A.
Which is what he did.
Yeah. AA, double A.
Miz is on the top rope, seemingly go for like some sort of super skull crushing finale.
Because he hit that, and Cena kicked out of that, so then you have to take it up
the next level, literally
gravity.
Cena reverses that into a top rope AA. He wins. Miz is in the Elimination Chamber match first, along with whoever's number 2.
Numero uno is Miz. They'll probably put him in there with Braun first, because that's a great story right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, if it's it'd be funny if it was Cena. Cena came in.
Yeah, I know, right? It was all for naught, Cena.
All for nothing, John.
All for nothing, John. Next up, we got a Woken Matt Hardy promo where he talked about he was thinking of redubbing the Elimination Chamber, the
Deletion Chamber.
The Deletion Chamber. So that was cute. I still look, man. Just call me when they're doing the pre-film stuff. Please.
Exactly.
Next,
the club promo where they were working the nerd-o-meter into their promo.
Exactly.
A bunch of the words showing up on screen.
The opposite of what they should be doing in the club. You know, they need to be doing Gallows. Put that freaking makeup he used to, the face paint he used to wear.
Knows Carl Anderson on his vest on the back had a Balor Club logo on it.
Oh, yeah.
Vest.
Okay.
But it was, you couldn't really see it unless you were really paying attention.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, they are Balor Club.
I know. They should be rebranded as such, too.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that's a good thing and you want them
that's
head
a step
to
in the right
toe.
direction.
Yeah,
You get
Balor
rid of
Club.
the club logo, all Balor Club.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down with that.
They can keep their own theme when they come out as a tag team, but if they come out with Balor, they should all come out to Balor's theme.
I agree with that as well.
I need some sense of unity between everybody. And right now it's kind of lacking.
I like cohesive factions.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, all thematic.
I mean, if they're not cohesive, they seem immediately splintered.
And drop. I mean, I don't know how I feel about this nerds thing. I think I want them to drop it. I think I just hate the nerdometer in general.
Yeah.
But if they want to call people nerds, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's a long-standing tradition of bullies calling people nerds. I'm fine with that. Let's see here. Next up, we had a really good match. Club versus Revival.
Yeah.
And hey-oh, Revival confirmed, not buried. They got a win.
Yeah, they were never buried.
With the Shatter Machine.
Yeah, before the match, Club's walking down the ring. Revival attack. Dish out a chop block to Luke Gallows, injuring his knee. Towards the finish, we saw another one. Another chop block to Gallows' knee. He eventually... No, Anderson ate the Shatter Machine. got pinned by Scott Dawson.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun match.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Next up, we had Kurt Angle came down and he announced several things. Number one, Ronda Rousey will be signing her WWE contract, her kayfabe contract at Elimination Chamber, like the fakey one.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be the real one. I mean, Triple H said in the conference call that the deal wasn't exactly done yet.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope her lawyers are there. Like, if it's just Ronda, that's a bad idea.
I'm sure it's all agreed to before, kayfabe or otherwise.
Oh, okay.
On that page will be agreed to beforehand.
All right.
But yeah, she showed up at Elimination Chamber to put ink to paper to sign her deal.
Yep. Crowd gave some booze on
a little bit.
A little bit of booze. I hope they don't. Man, I don't know how they're going to do this.
I feel like there's all the more reason to do a mixed tag match for her first match.
Oh, there's 1,000,001 reasons why that needs to happen and not a singles match. I can't believe they put her in a singles match at Mania to kick off her career. That would be a terrible idea. Let's see here.
He also announced that Jason Jordan was out for WrestleMania due to his neck injury, and that received some cheers from the crowd, which
a lot of cheers.
Kurt, he was not happy about that.
Well, okay, here's the thing. It really doesn't help his case. So, like, this is a legit injury. He's not going to make it for Mania, right? And so, yeah, Kurt, by all means, should say, hey, everybody, you shouldn't cheer this.
Yes.
But then he says, he's my son. Everybody knows that's just a story.
Yeah.
Whenever you try to mix story and real life, especially when it comes, it's just a bad idea. Like, you want to chastise the crowd, you want to get on them for cheering a guy being injured. Absolutely, nobody should be cheering that. But then you say, come on. But one of his selling points for people having sympathy is he's my son. No, he's not, man. He's not. Like, we know that for a fact. It was a really stupid storyline that has had brief moments of success, but by and large been an abject failure. It's been, I mean, there was no reason to do it.
No, and then I think he sputtered out the gate.
It's given some stank to the Jason Jordan character for sure. Yeah.
Once they kind of found who the Jason Jordan character was, I think it worked really well. But as soon as that reveal was made, and for the 2 or so months that followed, it felt completely flat. And they were just
people still. But here's the thing: like,
found out how to do it properly.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've just used it as a way to get Jason Jordan over in a way that I think eventually they wanted him to get over, and it's worked for us too. But it's been completely unnecessary to him getting. Like, they could have done a million different things to do the exact same thing.
They've used the nepotism aspect of things, like Jason Jordan's getting handed opportunity because Kurt Angle's son, whereas other wrestlers aren't. They use that in the storyline.
Yeah, so. I know, and they have, and that's why I said there's been flashes of success, but by and large, people just aren't really into it. And on top of that, like, the fact is, they've gotten the response that they wanted from it by having the crowd boo him. So of course the crowd's gonna boo that he's injured.
Yeah.
But then when Kurt says he's my son, it's dude, we don't want to hear that stuff.
Well, that didn't bother me.
No, I'm just saying, like, it loses credibility for Kurt. What does he expect? People say, "Oh yeah, you're right. He's your son. I'm gonna stop booing now." Like, what is the purpose of saying he's my son though? It was to try to, like, get the crowd to stop booing a guy getting injured.
Well, I think
that's not going to help. I think
most people would realize it if you go out, the crowd does something, for example, in this case, boo, and you tell them not to boo, they're just going to boo more. You're not going to stop the crowd from booing by asking him not to boo.
Right, I agree completely. But saying he's my son is not going to make things any better.
No, I'm not saying it is. Maybe him. I think him saying that's going to. Maybe he was told, or the writers know that's going to make the matters worse.
Oh no, there is not a chance that they were going to. They would say, "Hey, we want them to keep on booing the crap out of him when he's injured." I don't know about that. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. But that would be really weird if they were like, yeah, let's pile on him.
Because if you really pile on and get the crowd booing, then when Seth comes out, they're ready to pop.
Yeah.
Especially when he comes to the ring and says, "I'm done being tag team Seth. I want to be single competitor Seth." That's what everybody wants from Seth Rollins. He comes out and drops a great promo full of passion and really fire and intensity, saying that he wants to be Monday Night Rollins again. He wants to be Monday Night Raw, so people want to hear, and the crowd was super excited for it.
Yeah.
So maybe you build up the crowd to expect one thing, this, getting upset, booing all. Kurt Angle.
You know those writers aren't that
excited.
Man,
for Seth
you know the writers are not that savvy. They cannot play the crowd.
Raw. Raw's been pretty good lately.
Raw has been good. I'm sorry. You're right.
So that means that's
He's my son.
That's how I'm interpreting that whole segment.
All right.
You get the crowd booing, a bunch of heat. Seth comes out. The crowd wants to cheer for something because they've been booing for so long.
Yeah.
Seth comes out, tells people exactly what they want to hear. Solo Seth. Crowd pops. He wants in on the match tonight. Kurt leaves it up to people. Massive cheers for Seth.
Yeah, big cheers.
At the end, it all works.
All right. Well, I like that your jar is half full of cinnamon-flavored water.
Well, this smells like it. Doesn't really
that's
taste
good.
like it.
Oh, man.
It's more cloves today.
He said he's my son. Anyways, yeah, that's great. So everything you just said happened.
Yeah.
Seth in on the he said, why don't we turn that fatal 4-way into a fatal 5-way?
Well, and then Kurt's like, I can't just give you the spot in Elimination Chamber. We already have this fatal 4-way. And Seth, being the face, still says, I don't want it handed to me. I want to earn it.
Yeah.
So put me in the match, and then I'll win that. Go in Elimination Chamber, win that. Face Brock at Mania, win that.
I know, Kurt. There should have been no hesitation there. You're the GM. You put him in the match. He's Seth freaking Rollins.
I know.
Man. He needs to be in the singles. I'm not happy that Jason Jordan's injured. Hey, let me ask you something. When Jason Jordan comes back, heel or face?
Oh, heel.
Yeah.
He's still gonna get heat.
Yeah. I don't think that crowd's gonna. I think they're gonna crap on him still.
And they gotta play it up.
Yeah, it's not like
they got to run with it.
It's not like he was finishing a match with a quad tear.
No.
Anyways, next up we had a Bray Wyatt promo. Did you pay attention to any of this?
No.
Neither did I. Nothing to pay attention to.
He was just talking about all the competitors in the match tonight. And he was kind of complaining that Seth Rollins was in it, and that was the extent of it, I believe.
Yeah.
I just zoned him out now.
Yeah, dude.
Especially after the main event, and he gets pinned by 2 people.
It's not good.
They have no designs for him whatsoever.
They have none. Although if we get some pre-film stuff, I'll be totally happy. I'll be fine.
I'll be
with it then.
entertained.
Yeah, I'll be entertained.
But my expectations for Bray are so low right now in terms of him doing anything of consequence.
I know, man. I'm telling you, they need to give him Jordans and a snapback.
Yep.
Next up, Sasha Banks versus Bayley. Fantastic match. Yeah,
Really
this
good
is
stuff.
really fun, man. This is really cool. Bayley went over.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of figured this would be the case.
Yeah.
Bayley really, and I know they're in her hometown, right?
Yeah,
San Jose.
yeah.
So usually, you get a loss, but I really feel like Bayley's actually getting some really decent momentum.
Yes.
These days, and Sasha too.
Yeah.
Even
in defeat, Sasha looked great.
Even in defeat, she looked great.
And if this is the catalyst for a heel turn.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
Well, we saw after the match, Bayley hits a second rope Bayley to belly, pins Sasha. Bayley celebrates a bit. Sasha gets up. They're having like a face-to-face moment. We don't know if they're gonna, hug it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come to blows. We don't know because interrupted by Nia Jax. She storms the ring. Bayley pushes Sasha out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Takes kind of the first shot, even though Nia gets both of them.
Right.
And then Nia proceeds to destroy both of them.
Yeah.
Does a post-match interview saying, both the Bayley and Sasha almost beat Asuka, and Nia Jax, just destroyed both of them
In seconds.
I'm gonna be the one that beats Asuka.
Yeah. No, it was good. I like that she had a smile on her face the whole time too.
Yeah, I know.
Like while she was destroying.
I feel like
them.
Nia's mic work's getting a little bit better.
It is. It's crawling along, but it is every week. It's like a little bit better, bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's good. She just needs like that confidence in her voice, you know.
What she had last night.
And when she doesn't have confidence in her voice, it comes off as a bit more nasally than I think it usually does, or it probably naturally does. But then last night, there was no hint of nasally there, so it was cool. I'm good for her.
Anyways, were you gonna make a point before I interrupted you?
No.
All right.
No. But I don't know how they're going to pull off this Nia Jax. I mean, I don't know. Elimination Chamber is going to be interesting.
It's gonna be a fun show.
There's going to be there's a lot of stuff. I don't want to jinx it. Is this wood?
Mm-hmm.
Knock on wood.
Mm-hmm.
This is lining up to be a killer mania.
It could be.
Like, as long as the injuries stay pat where they are right now.
Yeah.
My God, this is lining up to be really good. We're
Yeah.
going to get a single Seth Rollins. Like, we're lining up to get, like, another Shield match, which would have been whatever, or Ambrose and Rollins anyways.
You've been Ambrose Rollins versus the Bar for the upteenth time.
Right, exactly. Man, I freaking love Seth Rollins as a singles guy.
Yeah,
so
same.
I was, like, super hyped last night.
Yeah, me too.
So we've got whatever's going on there. Finn Balor in his, that That was a little bit later, I guess.
No, his iPhone promo.
His iPhone promo. I mean, dude, he's inching closer and closer to Prince Devitt, you know? Like running down people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. This is lining up to be a really good WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So
if everything works out how I hope it does, it will be. But if we get stuck with Cena versus Undertaker, that's going to be a bummer.
Yeah, but you know what,
because
man?
if that match happens, there's going to be a trickle-down effect. So, you know, we thought maybe we'll see Finn Cena. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Or if The Rock agrees to do the match with Ronda Rousey, that's going to affect what Braun does and what maybe Kurt does.
Mm-hmm.
So once we see how we know the two main events, the two title matches, what they're going to be. The next two kind of upper mid-card or upper card matches, once those settle into place, then after we'll see how that shakes everything else.
There's so much
down the card.
There's so much good talent right now, in the company, and granted, there's still 2 months left, but the injury bug hasn't really caught on that much, and I hope that they keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But man, the possible combinations that we're looking at, look at Finn, looking at maybe Seth, maybe Miz, maybe Cena. I mean, all those are great.
Mm-hmm.
The same can be said for any combination of those guys. If Joe is back by Mania, which I'm not sure is going to be the case. But that's pretty big. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot of good stuff going on. AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yeah, I'm saying,
are you kidding me?
You take the two title matches out of the equation.
Hey, you know what? I'll even say this about Roman versus Brock. I want to know what the match is. You know what I mean?
Me too. And lately, in the last 3 months, Roman's been putting on
He's been putting on really good matches, and I want to finally see what this grand experiment payoff is going to look like. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm kind of over it's like I know he's going to get the title. At this point, if anybody else comes away from Elimination Chamber with the number one contendership, it's going to be underwhelming. It needs to be Roman, and then you move on with it.
Oh, it'd be underwhelming. If Braun wins, that'd be a huge shock. I'd be happy. If Seth wins,
he's probably the only one that I'd be like, okay. Well, the thing is, we've seen Seth before. We've seen him with the title, and granted, I want to see him. I want to see the title again, but that's not a story that. We've been building to Roman Brock for so long.
Somehow do a wonky finish Elimination Chamber and both Seth and Reigns win it. So we go all the way back to WrestleMania 31. Have it be a triple threat at Mania.
Because here's the thing. The bottom line is this. Eventually we're going to get Roman versus Brock singles. That's Vince always comes back around. Vince sometimes at WrestleMania 31, he's like, he's not ready. Let's throw Seth in there. Mm-hmm. He'll just change his mind. He just needs to get this out of his system. And so I am fully on board with this Roman versus Brock. Let's just get it done with.
In terms of symmetry of storytelling, it'd be interesting if Seth somehow got himself back in that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But I think I'm just so set on what
you are set.
We've all decided this is going to happen. So, anyways,
Robert Chacon said Roman got cheered big time last night.
Who got cheered big
time?
Roman. That's cool. What did he do last night?
He had a match against Sheamus that wasn't too bad.
Oh, yeah, that was a good match.
After Sasha versus Bayley, we had a Seth and Roman Reigns segment backstage. Roman was talking to Seth about getting himself potentially in the Elimination Chamber match, saying that just like at Royal Rumble, I'll eliminate you, Seth.
That was some cute little back and forth there.
And then the Bar step into frame.
God, they're so nerdy in their outfits.
But set up, I guess. I don't know if it was already worked out. Between Roman and Sheamus.
Roman braces shamed Cesaro. He says, "What's wrong with your mouth?" "Oh yeah, you got hit by the Shield." Actually, didn't that all start because of Jeff Hardy? Wasn't that a Jeff Hardy?
No,
never mind.
Sheamus kicked the tooth out of Jeff Hardy.
Oh, that's right.
That payback last year.
Yeah, Cesaro was when he rammed his head onto the turn. Was that against the Shield?
Dean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No Mercy. We were there for that too.
No Mercy. I know. There's too many teeth going on, man. Too much teeth. Don't like it.
Two spots I can think of. Anyways. Sheamus, Roman, they have a match later on the night. Next, Titus Worldwide interview.
Hey, did you notice you're skipping over the greatest details. Seth and Roman, when the Bar was talking crap to Seth, and Seth was about to step up, and Roman was holding him back, and he was silent talking.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
They were mic'd, but he was like,
yeah, I know, I noticed that.
What are you, an extra in a freaking background movie scene?
They tell him not to step over anybody's lines, man.
That's good. He's taking initiative. Next up, Titus Worldwide interview. Again, massive mic problems. Use the boom mic, not just the microphone stick mic. Okay, because I have no idea what's her face? Dana Brooke was saying. As soon as Apollo Crews moves 1 inch away from the stick mic, he gets lost.
Yeah.
And he's not that great a promo guy anyways.
It's not the best, but
He needs all the sound in the world.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, he said, she punctuated it by saying, Cruz can't lose. And Apollo was running down everybody saying that Bray can't digest him.
Yeah.
Something about Finn Balor's club or something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to be in it. I don't know about Gina John. I don't know what it was.
Was he said like Matt Hardy can't break me or something like that?
Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and the Bray can't digest him. I remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Because that just, a little weird. Anyways.
I mean, Bray is supposed to be the eater of worlds.
I get that. But anyways, I don't know. It wasn't the strongest of writing in the world.
No.
Next up, we had Alexa Bliss and Mickie James backstage, and Mickie James is basically saying, look, man, I know your game. You're a bad guy, and I'm a good guy, and you don't have good intentions. Next up, we had Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose of Absolution versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. So weird seeing Paige out there just do nothing.
I know.
In any event, Mandy Rose got the win on Mickie James after her finishing maneuver.
Hit her finisher, then Absolution attacks Mickie after the match.
Once again.
And Alexa makes the save.
So I don't know. Are they turning her face?
I don't know. I feel like Alexa's just trying to forge some sort of alliance to benefit her in Elimination Chamber when she defends the title.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Next up, Elias.
Oh, man.
They give him just the prime spots these days.
They really do.
He's the best. He's got that crowd in the palm of his hand, and it's amazing. And he sang the Elimination Chamber blues this time. But then it was interrupted by, who was on the mic, JoJo?
Yeah.
Yeah, saying, ladies and gentlemen, Braun Strowman.
There's a long dramatic pause.
Yeah.
And Elias is looking at her like, what the heck's going on? That's my intro. And then JoJo says, Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
He walks out on stage.
He's got a little stool and a microphone.
Mic, says something and grabs his double bass. Picks it up as if it's nothing.
Yeah, starts to strum it and it breaks.
Yeah.
He shrugs it off, and then in the most immaculate sort of bluegrass folk song voice, just with gravel and weight and melody. It was beautiful. He sang a song to Elias.
Getting these hands.
About getting these hands. It's honestly like probably my favorite Raw segment of early in this year.
It was fantastic. So he walks down to the ring with double bass. They brawl. Elias tries to hit him with guitar, misses. He eats a power slam. Elias rolls out of the ring and starts crawling up the ramp.
Yeah.
Braun gets an idea, grabs his bass, walks up the ramp, and then destroys the bass over Elias.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was absolutely great. Everybody loved it.
And I'm sure that bass was gimmicked because those things are heavy.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Braun was swinging that thing around like it was a toothpick.
Well, he's a strongman guy.
He is a strongman.
So I don't know. And the funny thing is, like, he seemed like he was having
an absolute blast.
Yeah, besides that, like, he wasn't wielding the double bass with like the most perfect of ease. So I wonder if it wasn't gimmicked and it was around 200 pounds.
Well, that would have destroyed Elias.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's
the other aspect of it. You hit someone with a 200-pound
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
They're going to be hurt.
Because that's going to be sturdy wood right there.
Yes.
Okay, I see your point. Yeah, you're right. Totally gimmicked. Still, it was amazing. It was fantastic. They should have filled it with powder. Next up, we had
Finn Balor iPhone promo.
And he ran everybody down, too. But there was some stank in it. There was some attitude. Yeah.
With that smile.
He was like, eater of worlds. Get the out of here. Anyways, next up we had Sheamus versus Roman Reigns.
Fun match.
Yeah, again, Roman Reigns being booked to kick out of everybody's finisher. He did that here. I think he kicked out of like a bro kick or something.
No, he didn't kick out of a bro kick. He avoided bro kick with Superman punch. He kicked out of white noise.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't think he ever hit a bro kick.
Okay. Well, in any event, he kicked out of a lot of things.
Yeah, but Sheamus went up to the top rope for some reason.
I didn't like this, man. If Sheamus is dealing with freaking neck issues and head issues and stuff,
bumps, I know.
This was a really physical match.
It was, and that's all I can think of now watching Sheamus wrestle is that I know he's hurt.
Why didn't he fight Cesaro?
I don't know.
Man, I don't want to see that.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know what the prognosis is for
really
Sheamus. Like if he rehabs his neck, if it can get better, or if it's just trying to push off the inevitable when he has to retire because of his spinal stenosis.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's degrees of that condition. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I mean, but you hear that Stone Cold and Edge had to retire because of it, and then Sting, that's what he's afflicted with too.
I don't like when you jumping off the top rope and eating a spear.
I know.
Because that looks really bad for you. You know? Anyway.
But that's how Roman won.
Yeah, that's how he won.
It was a fun finish, though. It was a good finish.
No, it was cool. It was great. Next up,
Main event.
The main event, the Fatal 5-Way for the second chance at Elimination Chamber.
Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy versus Apollo Crews versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Tons of fun.
Finn Balor got the final entrance, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
He got the last one. Everybody loves that.
Really fun match. A lot of really good spots. There was a fun bit where Bray does his thing where he leans over in the corner and Matt Hardy just starts clapping and laughing at him saying, "Wonderful!" That was great.
And the crowd was really getting into it, too. That was great.
And it seemed to fluster Bray.
Yeah.
There's a spot where Finn breaks up a pin, I believe, with coup de grace, and then Seth curb stomps him.
Yeah, that was good.
And then
that was a really cool
Matt
sequence.
Hardy breaks up the pinfall.
It was Apollo Crews broke it up.
Crews, yeah, that's right.
Speaking of Apollo Crews, I was actively rooting for him at the end.
Yeah.
Look, and I knew that I was like, you know what? Because I didn't figure they'd do like a double pin thing. I'm glad that they did. I'm happy Seth and Finn are both in there because they're both big names and they should be in there. However, if you can only choose one guy, I would have rather kicked them out. That performance by Apollo Crews, especially over the past couple of weeks, we've noted this.
Worked the last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks now.
I was so bummed out that 2 of those moonsaults couldn't pin a guy.
I know.
That really bummed me out. I was
the
like,
standing ones?
The standing moonsaults.
Yeah.
I was like, because that was his finisher at one point.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
What is he doing now for his finish?
It's the powerbomb thing.
Okay, yeah. I was bummed out that 2 of those couldn't pin. I think it was Seth who he was fighting against. Because by the end of that, I was like, oh my God, I really want this to happen. But then they did a really creative finish where both Seth and Finn ended up pinning Bray after a double team powerbomb.
Yeah.
And so then it was great. It was totally an old Nitro finish.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They're arguing the ref. Who's going in the chamber? Find out next. Robin Hood's next. Yeah.
But instead, Kurt said on, I don't know, some Facebook
Somebody's
thing
on Facebook, yeah.
where he said, no, they'll both be in Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So that's good.
I agree with you about Apollo Crews. It'd be cool if he would win.
I was rooting for him at the end. I mean, the thing is, it would have been a telegraphed, like, okay, well, we know you're not going to win, and you're probably going to be like the first eliminated. But they could have also done something really cool where, like, it could have ended up with Roman and Apollo, the least likely guy. You're making something really big out of Apollo. Nobody else looks bad.
I know.
But it's Elimination Chamber. You need Finn and Seth in there.
Yeah.
But I was like,
me
oh,
too.
man, I really hope he pulls this.
Me too.
So, anyways.
Fun show. A lot of fun.
Yes.
So we answer some questions now.
I think we should answer some questions.
Unretired Dwayne Nix. Since it's a foregone conclusion that Roman Reigns will be Universal Champion after WrestleMania, if the rumors of Brock Lesnar possibly leaving the WWE for UFC again become true, who would you guys like to see Reigns get in a PostMania program with first, Bobby Lashley or Finn Balor?
Oh, man. Well, here's the thing. Whoever he gets into a program with at first is
not going to win.
Is not going to win the title. So, I don't know.
I think a good first program for Reigns would be The Miz.
There you go. That's good.
Miz drops the IC title at Mania, gets into a program with Reigns for the Universal title.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. I like that.
Groundwork's already there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of somebody else just to add to it. Apollo Crews after getting a monster push.
That'd be great.
Starts beating everybody.
That'd be fantastic. The Down Undertaker, Zach Parks, power rank top 5 instruments. Is this going to work?
Probably not.
All right. We want to see Braun play and accidentally break
It'll be
necks.
really small. It'll
right.
be like small, and we can't even. Yeah, see, it's all in the
there.
corner. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping if he comes out with more instruments, I want a full one-man band type thing with the bass drum.
Oh yeah,
cymbals,
yeah.
You know, maybe a guitar,
The harmonica thing right
yeah,
here.
all of it.
Yeah.
One-man band.
Oh, that'd be good. That's all of them then.
Yeah, or a tuba.
Or a tuba. Interesting.
That's a large
either or
brass instrument.
Mm-hmm. I want him to borrow Dolph's like drum.
Yeah.
Big bass
drum. Yeah.
Bass drum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want him to do that.
That's just part of the one-man band thing, though. Because you'd have that on his back.
Well, yeah, that's on the back though.
Yeah.
That's not just the single.
I know, but you'd have that plus a bunch of other stuff.
No,
one-man
look,
band.
that's my number one too.
Good.
I'm just offering other things.
All right. Well,
if
that's
we had to
3.
break it down per instrument.
All right, we need 2 more for a full power ranking.
Spoon Man.
Spoons?
Spoons. What do you mean spoons?
Not terribly like visually like a guitar or a double
Are
bass.
you kidding me? You
Like
don't want to hear. You don't want to see him do.
No, this is him playing it, but then using it as a weapon.
Braun Strowman.
There you go. That's good and all, but
Come together
he
with.
needs to use it as a weapon too. It is
Come
visually, it's not
together,
as
get
interesting.
these hands, fight me. That's might be my number one now. I'll be honest
You
with
think
you.
he can carry
Spoons.
a full grand piano in on his back?
Well, yeah, he's Braun Strowman.
All right, grand piano.
If nothing else, he can drag it with his grappling hook.
4
Yeah.
with something else. What about didgeridoo?
Is that the thing that goes bong? But I was literally. What does it look like?
It's like a long.
Oh, never
narrow
mind.
Stick.
What's the little thing that has like a little wire thing that goes?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called. Though.
I want one of those things. Anyway, spoons is number one answer.
All right, fine.
Remember that dude at AR who had the spoons? Spoon Man?
Uh huh.
I wonder if he's still around.
He's in the stadium.
Yeah.
You hear him singing.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea. A couple of people suggest a theremin.
Oh.
Next question, Steve.
James Rodriguez, between Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle, wow, this got upvoted a lot. I had to explain upvoting to people, and then some of these are just getting upvoted like crazy.
Yeah, I know that
It's
last
awesome.
one had 19 upvotes.
Whoa. James Rodriguez with 7 upvotes. Between Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle, who would you say is worse at promos today? And why do you think that is the case? It is Shane McMahon.
Yeah, Kurt wasn't very good last night, though.
No, but here's the thing. I don't care if Shane McMahon drops a CM Punk pipe bomb. I cannot get into it because it always sounds like he's so congested. I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
Man.
Kyle Robinson, power rank board games for Seth and Finn to play while sharing the pod.
Oh, that visual would be so amazing if they're just in there. Well, honestly, they just need a pack of cards. Just get a pack of cards.
Yeah, play
and you're
hearts.
Good. Yeah,
Connect 4.
yeah.
That's a game you can get in real quick. Like,
Yeah, that's a
you
good
know how
one.
much time you're going to have in there, so you can get a game in a couple minutes.
Who do you think would win? It's got to be Seth, right? He's the architect.
yeah.
He's the architect.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Well, come on. That's for little kids, man.
But Finn, instead of doing scissors, would do this.
Guns win every time. Hell. Here, let's do it real quick. It turns into a Reservoir Dog situation.
Oh, man.
That's good. Finn does this. Oh, that's good.
Zach Fuller, since we saw the debut of Singing Braun tonight, power rank the best singers in WWE today that we know of. Braun's pretty good.
Yeah, evidently, yeah, Braun. My goodness.
Who else have we seen
Wasn't
sing?
the club okay when they were doing?
Oh, they're all right.
I think they're okay.
Let's speculate. Who do you think could be a good singer?
Who I think is a good singer.
Have we heard Xavier Woods sing?
I mean, he sings the WW. I don't know. I don't know if I've heard him sing before. I just had one on deck. Who was it? I guarantee you, John Cena's probably him and the Miz have had all that Hollywood training, so they're probably both. They can probably both carry a song of some sort.
Tune.
I mean, as much as like The Rock could.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But the Rock has a fairly melodic voice. Just speaking voice, especially when he does promos. There's
that's true. Yeah,
melodic quality.
Well,
to
we
his
know
voice.
John Cena can rap. We know that
that's true.
much. So
That's true. Cody Miles, last night I truly realized that WWE are making stars again with Elias and Braun. That segment was very reminiscent of Rock and Austin, but it got me thinking, what would happen if they didn't split Braun from the Wyatts? Would Wyatt be a true main event monster? If so, which would you prefer? Bray is this generation's spoopy?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Character or Braun now?
Braun the way he is right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they did him absolutely perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Nason sort of.
Someone says Chris Jericho. He's a singer. He sings in a band.
Oh yeah. Well, he's in New Japan now. Richard Nason says, who sounds worse on the mic? And I've already answered this.
Hold on, Alex C. Mickey James is a legit recording artist, and we forgot about Aiden English.
Oh yeah. Oh, Aiden, he's the artist. Oh. Richard Nason, we already talked about this, but he put this pretty funny. He says, who sounds worse on the mic? Shane with his constant sounds of nasal congestion, jeez. Or Kurt Angle when he takes 30 seconds to rehearse his promo during a commercial and screws up constantly. Man, so true.
Eric, base hit king Blaha, who's having the harder time being part of the company, Paige or Daniel Bryan?
Oh, Paige. If what we've heard about that is true,
then Paige for sure. At least Daniel Bryan at this point has had time to kind of come to grips with it, and he also knows there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Come September, his contract's up.
Yeah,
whereas Paige still is under contract till 2019.
And with Daniel Bryan, there's been like doctors who have said, "Hey, you're good to go."
And he has to bide his time at this point.
Concussions was like sort of a cloudier issue than having a busted neck.
Yeah,
and she's only 25. Daniel Bryan's like what, mid-30s?
Yeah,
I mean.
Got to be Paige.
Man, that's horrible. That's so bad. That's so horrible. And then kind of knowing that everybody knows, you know, that's awful.
Bry2J, is WWE not getting enough credit for fan service? We finally have Woken Matt Hardy. Balor has formed Balor Club. Cena isn't being pushed down her throat as much. They're finally booking Reigns better, and they're getting serious pushes or giving serious pushes to new stars like Braun and Elias. I feel like we heard all this a year ago. We would be pretty delighted. Thanks for all the work, friendos.
I think we give them credit all the time these days. Like they get, I think I mentioned this before with the AJ Finn match. I said, they're like, I have no idea if this is the case. I don't know, but it did kind of feel like that was a bit of a turning point for a couple things. In terms of giving us a bit more of what we wanted. And maybe it was in the plans the entire time. I'm not saying at all that, hey, they're listening to us or listening to fans or whatever.
Yeah.
But it does feel like there's kind of this, man, we have all this stuff. Why don't we use it? And it might be coincidental, like Matt Hardy had to get those trademarks cleared. I don't know what the deal with Finn and Balor Club was. I think that had something to do with the Too Sweet with AJ.
Yeah, it could be.
Shinsuke winning the Rumble was big.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it does feel like they sort of woke up and were like, man, we've got all these great pieces. Why aren't we using them? Or
I also wonder too if they realize that Vince can have his huge part-time matches or matches with part-timers involved.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't preclude the company from also giving the fans what they want to see.
The hardcore fans.
Like
they have to realize
Vince can have his way, and then Triple H can have his way.
If you have 1.5 million network subscribers. And that's who you are. That's who you are, But it might also be a sign of, and we've heard this as well. Triple H is sort of continually amassing a bit more, stroke power, whatever you want to call it, creative freedom. And then Vince doing the XFL thing. It would not surprise me if a lot of this was Triple H stuff, but you never know.
Braun's grappling hook. If Stephanie becoming the next Mr. McMahon rumor is true, who would be Stephanie's stooges like Briscoe and Patterson were for Vince?
Okay. Mr. McMahon.
I mean, I don't want... Patterson and Briscoe were kind of bumbling.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that to be the case, but imagine if Stephanie brought Absolution.
Yeah.
With her. Again, not bumbling. Make them legit.
Yeah.
Make them some legit kind of muscle for you.
I like bumbling, so give me Jamie Noble. Give me Jamie Noble and Fit Finlay. That would be awesome. That would be great.
I was just thinking Absolution would be great because it would give Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville some spotlight in a top of the card.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
Line.
Don't get me wrong. That'd be neat. I'd be into it.
They just couldn't be bumbling.
Yeah, no. But if you did decide to go, give me Fit. I would love to see Fit Finlay interact as a character with Jamie Noble. I think it's like a weird pairing.
But then we saw Jamie Noble as J&J security.
I know. I really liked it. They just used him too much to get Seth over.
Yeah.
Bugged the crap out of me. But I thought he was great as a character.
Taylor Sexton. Hey, friendos. Power rank. Wrestlers at the top and bottom of Gallows and Anderson nerdometer. I mean, who's good brother for life? That'd be the bottom.
Well, yeah, Finn obviously.
AJ.
Yeah, Finn and AJ for sure. I would say I don't think there'd be any way they can call Shinsuke a nerd.
No.
He went through war with them or against them back in New Japan. So I would say Shinsuke is probably on the bottom. I mean, on the top, as much as I love Titus Worldwide, they're kind of nerdy. Apollo Crews kind of strikes me as a bit of a nerd. Titus kind of strikes me as he's like a dad nerd, full of dad jokes. And then Dana Brooke is literally a statistician. It doesn't get nerdier than that. So I'm going to say Titus Worldwide is pretty high on the nerdometer scale. All right. Those guys.
I'm trying to recall who they have in fact called nerds.
Well, last night, the Revival, of course, because they're history nerds.
Yeah.
Right? Well, Bray Wyatt's probably a nerd. He's got all that supernatural crap that
true.
Nerds like.
Yeah.
D&D stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bray Wyatt's a nerd.
Yeah.
Elias is a band nerd.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's good.
All right.
It's all good stuff.
All right.
But then the club also did a couple musical numbers with Elias.
So
maybe he is closer to Good Brother for life.
You just like saying Good Brother.
I do.
Let's see here. Oh, man. What a great question. Taylor Sexton. Giant Gonzalez. Andre the Giant. The Big Show. Will. Braun Strowman and Kevin Nash decide to start a band. What is it called? And who plays what?
I think, or someone said it earlier in chat. Get these bands.
All right, that wasn't me. That was somebody else.
Yeah, it was somebody else.
That's
Get
good.
these bands. I think someone said it in chat.
I like it. That's good.
Not my idea, but I don't remember who said it, so I can't source it properly. My apologies, but that's a great idea. Oh, I saw it earlier. I can't find it right now. Someone asked, where would we be on the club's nerdometers?
We have a pro wrestling podcast, and I want to be
Max Nerd,
and I want to be a comic book artist.
Max Nerd over
Oh,
here.
and I'm starting a Star Trek podcast.
Oh my gosh, you break the meter.
Like, at least you're a baseball nerd. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, not really.
I'm a nerd of all the nerdiest things. Like the only line I've ever drawn in terms of being a nerd has been with like role playing games like D&D.
Yeah.
Have no idea how those works, but I don't know if I'm smart enough to know how those things work.
Yeah, I'm same.
20-sided dice.
Steve Klain.
What about Steve Klain?
Yes, where do we gauge ourselves on nerdometer?
Okay.
I want to make sure I found the question. The Tapped House, second-time patron, first-time question asker. This is intense. Stephen Larson, book Raw, has succumbed to cosmic horror. Who's booked to drive the boat into Cthulhu's head? Who's booked to play the flute to keep Azathoth, the blind idiot god, dancing? Who's going to take care of the cats? Who's the outsider? Who's got the best dreams? Who's writing the letter telling us they're all dead? The Tapped House.
The Tapped House
I don't know any of that
high
means.
as shit.
I don't know any of that means.
Hold on, let me read it here. Succumb to cosmic horror. Who's booked to drive the boat into Cthulhu's head? Who's booked to play the flute to keep Azathoth, the blind idiot god, dancing? Who's going to take care of the cats? Who's the outsider? Who's got the best dreams? Who's writing the letter telling us they're all dead? Well, I think I write better letters than you, so I'm going to do that one. I'll write an email saying that we're all dead.
Who's got the best dreams? I have some pretty wild dreams.
You got some good dreams going. Yeah, what was that one? The cat with the Fu Manchu?
Yeah.
You had a stepdad that was a cat.
That night turned to a cat with a blonde Fu Manchu, yes.
That's my favorite dream ever.
You're going to take care of the cats because I'm not a huge fan of cats.
I don't like cats.
Oh.
Well, I like
Sorry,
cats are okay. I'm an animal guy.
Who's the outsider? That one's easy. It's Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Yeah. Who's going to take on Azathoth? He's a blind idiot. Well, I have better sight than you, so I feel like that's an advantage.
We book Raw, so it could be wrestlers too.
Oh, I thought it was just you and me.
So who's booked to play the flute?
Shit, I don't know. Who's got a good set of lungs on them?
Well, Xavier Woods plays the trombone.
There you go. Perfect.
It's not a woodwind, but it's a
wind instrument.
Yes. And who's booked to drive the boat into Cthulhu's head?
Kairi Sane.
Yeah. There we go.
Another first-time question asker.
That was really confusing.
From, interestingly enough, Larson's black cat stepfather, with the blonde Fu Manchu.
Great name.
Do you think we will get a WWE draft after Mania? He says
there's been rumors of such. Yes, we're talking about that more in Dirt Sheet as more information hopefully comes to light.
And he says he would love to see Seth Rollins go to SmackDown. Stay tuned also for Countout this weekend.
That might be the subject of it. We'll see. Maybe.
Tommy T. Hey, friendos, my question is a genuine one. Is Kurt Angle a WWE guy or a TNA guy? Because while he started in the WWE, Of course, he spent his prime years in TNA.
Yeah, he was in TNA longer than he was in WWE.
That's true. I do think, though, that because he had such a storied start in the WWE, I personally consider him a WWE.
Considering I never watched TNA, in my mind, he'll always be in WWE and only in WWE. There's just that 10 years where, I don't know, he just took a 10-year vacation and came back.
How long was Sting in TNA?
I don't know exactly.
Probably like 6 years, something like
6 or
that.
7 years,
yeah.
maybe.
So it's not even a comparison with WCW.
No, he's a WCW guy. He's a franchise.
Life. Yeah, no, I think he's a WWE guy.
Yeah, I agree. He made the larger impact in the wrestling world while under WWE's employ. Therefore, he's a WWE guy.
Yeah,
I think Steve Austin was employed by WCW longer than he was with WWE. There's no doubt he's a WWE guy. Because he started out with WCW in the early 90s. It was cut, 95?
Yeah.
Early 96?
That might be a wash, but I mean...
Yeah, it might be a wash, actually, now that I think about it.
I mean, he got to WWE in 96.
Mm-hmm. Hung up in 2003.
And hung him up in 2003.
So
yeah,
7
he's
years.
more of a WWE.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I see your point. Cool. You want to do play per view?
Yeah, you got any ideas for shows?
Not a one.
Starrcade last time, didn't we?
Not a one. I started to watch Starrcade in 1987 the other day. It's pretty fascinating. It was the first NWA pay-per-view that ever was on pay-per-view. Yeah. And then they did those closed circuit locations.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to go to one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Big projection.
Like in a movie theater?
I guess, yeah.
Any guys suggestions for shows in chat here?
Backlash. Isn't Backlash rumored to be like a dual?
That's been okay. We'll do that. Backlash.
I'm gonna do Backlash 2013. Just see what pops up.
We'll go to Backlash 1999.
Was there a Backlash?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah, man. With 12 matches.
Hold on, history. I'm gonna go
There's 4 dark matches, so 7 matches on the main card.
7 matches. Hold on.
I can go up to 12.
Go back. Let's see here. You said you can go up to 12?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. This is a ridiculously easy one. I'm going to go to... What are you doing?
Backlash 99.
99. All right. Well, screw it. I'm just going to go with 2004. And I can go up to 9 matches.
All right.
You good with that?
Yeah.
How do you have 12
there was
matches on the
Sunday Night Heat, man.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Hold on.
Well, what is pay-per-view, first of all? We pick 2 pay-per-views and then see if the other person can figure out who won and who lost each match.
Yeah. I'll go first.
Okay.
Test versus Viscera in a singles match.
Test versus Viscera in a singles match?
Yeah.
Test won.
Wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
King Mabel?
Yeah.
Went over?
Correct.
All right. Well, how about this? In a singles match, Matt Hardy, yes, versus Val Venus.
I'd say Matt Hardy.
You're wrong.
Wow.
Hello.
In a 6-man tag match, we had The Brood versus Ministry of Darkness.
Oh. What year is this? 99?
Yeah.
May I ask who is in the Ministry of Darkness?
This match, it was Bradshaw, Farouk, and Midian.
Well, they're the C players, so the Brood won.
Wrong.
Ah! Dang it. Woo! Ric Flair versus Shelton Benjamin.
Ric Flair.
Wrong. Shelton Benjamin.
I knew it too. Al Snow versus Hardcore Holly in a match for the Hardcore Championship.
Oh, crap. I'll go Hardcore Holly.
No.
Man, what is going on today?
Yeah, we're not doing well today, are we?
In a singles match, Jonathan Coachman with Garrison Cade by his side versus Tajiri.
I'll say Coachman.
Very good. You are on the board.
I'm on the board. Singles match for the WWF Intercontinental Championship. Goldust with the Blue Meanie versus The Godfather.
Who came in as champion?
The Godfather.
Godfather left as champion.
Correct.
In a handicap match, Christian and Trish Stratus versus Y2J, the Alpha Chris Jericho.
I'll go with Jericho.
Very good.
In a tag team match, determined number one contenders for the tag team championships, we had Double J, Jeff Jarrett,
Okay.
and Owen Hart
Okay.
against, oh, you didn't know? The New Age Outlaws.
I'm going to say Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart.
No.
Whoa. What was this for again?
Number one contenders for tag team titles.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Do you have one?
I have one.
Wow.
Next up, in a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship, the champion, Victoria, defended against Lita, the challenger.
It's 2004?
Yeah.
Victoria.
Very good.
Next, in a boiler room brawl, well, The Big Show versus Mankind.
Mankind.
Yeah. It's his match.
It's his match. He has to win it. In a hardcore match.
All right.
For the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
All right.
The champion, Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Defended against Cactus Jack.
Oh, Orton. Next, singles match.
X-Pac
Versus the game Triple H with China.
Just a singles match?
Yeah.
Triple H
Yeah.
won. Oh, fool's not losing it. Next up, in a tag team action match, the Hurricane and Rosie versus La Resistance, Rob Conway and Sylvain Grenier.
Hurricane and Rosie.
Very good.
Singles match. The Undertaker versus Ken Shamrock.
The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Singles match, Kane versus Edge.
Edge.
Yeah, he was being pushed to the moon back then.
Yeah,
I think.
man. Main event, no holds barred match for WWF title. The champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock.
Backlash 1998. Oh, man. Who came in as champion?
Stone Cold.
He left as champion.
Correct.
Nice. So here's your last one. Right now you're up by one.
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, so you won. A triple threat match.
All right.
For the World Heavyweight Championship.
All right.
The champion, Chris Benoit, versus the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, who came out as World Heavyweight Champion.
Triple H.
Chris Benoit. Damn. Never bet against Triple H, though.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do that. Anyways, wow, what a thrilling pay-per-view. You won by 1 point.
1 point.
Well
thrilling to the very end.
Thrilling, very thrilling. Anyways, that's it for the show. Patrons, keep watching because we're going to still do some fun stuff.
Yeah, we'll hang out for a bit.
We'll hang out for a bit. Gypsy, can I get some music, please? There we go.
Definitely playing. I can hear
Definitely playing. Anyways, that's it for now. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
it. Goodbye.